So this week I'm outside not because my kids are crazy or anything like that today, which is amazing, but I'm at my parents' house and it's such a beautiful day. I just had to be outside and show you guys. Fall is my all-time favorite, and so I love to share this time of year, especially here in the South. It's perfect. It's so good. But this week I wanted to share my own version of my all-time favorite song, which really isn't a song at all. It's this guy who's talking to a graduating class. I believe it's in 97. I'm going to attach the link below, but it's called the Sunscreen Song, or Everyone's Free to Wear Sunscreen, and it's really good. So he has a lot of really good advice in there, and that's probably why it's my favorite, because he has such a good way of putting everything and just explaining everything, and so this is my version. He had some really good things that I really like, and so I kept it. But there are some other things that I wanted to add that I feel like is really important, and so I want to hear your opinions as well. Feel free to drop what you feel is most important in the comments below. I love to hear your suggestions, and I love to hear what you're feeling or like what you're thinking on what's the most important thing. Like if you could talk to yourself in the past, what would you say is like the number one piece of advice that you would give? Because the number one piece of advice that I would give is to always love yourself. Because when you always love yourself, everything just kind of falls into place and life just happens and it's beautiful and it's wonderful and it's crazy. And so sometimes life is crazy and out of control. When this happens, it's best to just stop and take a breath and reset. You're not as fat as you think you are, and you're definitely not as ugly as you think you are either. You're going to look back and you're going to see that you are so skinny and you are so beautiful. And it's important to remember that when you're in the moment, because life will just be so much better. And you can remember all the good things and you can focus on the good instead of all the bad. Fear is just our body's way of defending itself. And most of the time, it's over something that's different. It's not even an actual life or death situation. It's just something that's different. And so your body's natural knee-jerk reaction is to defend itself, which makes you feel like you're afraid. So don't worry about your fear. Push through your fear and overcome your fear, because fear is just your body's way of telling you that something is different from what you normally do. And that's always a good thing, because change is awesome. Be bold. You'll never know unless you ask why, or ask or try. You ask why, or you ask in general, just if someone will do something, or try to make a difference, to try to do something different. Be bold, be brave. Dance, have dance parties. Those are the best. And everyone loves dance parties. Always, always, always remember to enjoy the moment. And the best way to do that is to dance, even if you're doing it like what you think is wrong. Don't be jealous. Comparing ourselves to others is useless. And in the long run, it's unneeded. The race is only with ourselves, not with anybody else. So just remember that. The only one you need to be jealous of is yourself. Everyone's different, and if we weren't, then life would be boring. Friends come and go except for a precious few. Make sure you just treasure those relationships with the people who are willing to stay with you no matter what. No matter how crazy life gets, no matter how different you become, no matter how you change, be willing to stick with those who are willing to change with you and to love you for that. Respect your elders, because one day you're going to be the elder. You're going to be the one who is the one like wanting to be respected as well. So make sure you show respect to your elders. Work hard. Don't expect anything to be handed to you or anyone else to support you. Be careful whose advice you listen to, and know that advice is a form of nostalgia. And when they are giving advice, it's a form of digging up the past, dusting it off, and wiping it off and recycling it for more than it's worth. So advice is something you can give or you can take or not. And that's the beauty of all of it, is that you can choose whether or not to listen to it. But advice a lot of times is someone's way of trying to make better the past that they had and the choices that they decided to make in that point in time in their lives. So just take that into consideration whenever advice that comes up. Leave the past behind you. Bringing up the past or living in the past is only going to bring heartache and sorrow. Don't be afraid to love. When you love someone, even the wrong someone, you open up a new part of yourself that helps you be the person you're supposed to be in the end. Don't put up with people who are reckless with your heart. Remember compliments and forget the insults. Don't try to know everything that's going to happen in your life. Everyone has a choice to make, and their choices can impact your life as well. Don't read or look at beauty magazines, gossip magazines. They'll only make you feel ugly, inadequate, or motivate you to go away from the path that you want and need to be on. Trust people. Everyone will come into your life for a reason and will teach you a valuable lesson. Love others. No matter how they treat you, when you treat others better than you're treated or than they treated you, something changes in them. And maybe not right away, but they soften their hearts and find a way to be nicer. Be a better version of yourself every day. Always try to improve. Always try to do something different. Always try to become the next best. And always push your limits. Create new and healthy habits. Always try to improve yourself, not just physically, but mentally. Make sure that you're talking good about yourself, and only talk good about yourself because you believe what you tell yourself. Focus on the good around you and you'll attract good. Take care of your body. Take your vitamins, work out, find something you love and do it. Stick with it. Love your body. Don't work someplace you're gonna dread love your job. Sorry, not your body. Love your job. Don't work someplace you're gonna dread every single day. If you hate going to work, find something you love and stick with it. And because that'll make it so that you're more positive, which kind of leads right into my next one. Be positive. No one likes to be around a complainer. No one likes to be around a complainer. Granted, people do it, but they don't always enjoy it. It's not an enjoyable time. Think about people that you know who have complained, and think about how often you like spending time with them. Focus on the good. Be positive, and always try to help people who are complaining put a positive spin on things, because when you do that, you're helping them to create that positive energy, to create that positive outlook, which is always beneficial. I don't care who you are. Find joy in your journey. I already said that. Enjoy every moment of it. That's why I said it again. Help others around you love themselves. Compliment others. There's something so valuable and so precious about when a compliment, a simple compliment, like, I like your dress, I like your hair, I like your shoes, you have a very beautiful smile, I love the fact that you just look so fun. Just compliment people. Compliments are so underrated, and people just want to have them, want to receive them, but don't ever really want to give them. And I feel like compliments need to have a comeback. So compliment people, say hi, recognize each other, show each other that everyone's valuable, you know? Find ways to serve everyone you come in contact with. Everyone needs something. Whether they're showing you or not, pay close attention. A lot of times, people show you what they need instead of tell you what they need. And so find a way to serve everyone around you. In the words of Meet the Robinsons, see a need, fill a need. When you show love to others, your life will be blessed. Accept others for who they are, just like you want to be accepted for who you are. Don't sit there and expect other people to accept you if you're not willing to accept other people, because acceptance is what makes this world and this life worth it. Because when we accept each other, we create this love and this atmosphere that creates so much more friendship and understanding for each other. And that's what we need right now, more than anything. Love the holidays. Find that magical feeling and hold on to it. So this one I feel like is my personal favorite, just because when you love the holidays, it shows. And you're able to show that and pass that on to everyone you come in contact with. So you compliment people, you show love, you love yourself, you serve, you do everything. Find that magical feeling and stay with it. Be kind to children. They're still learning too. This is something that all of us kind of need to remember, that a lot of times we kind of just expect children to be little grown-ups, and it's more important for them to still remember that they're learning. So to be kind, make it fun, make it something that they'll remember in a good way, and try really hard not to make it something that's going to be harder for them and yourself. Have patience with yourself and others. Nothing good happens when we're angry at each other all the time. All that happens is that there's just more contention, there's just more yelling, or there's more stonewalling each other, or there's more just bitterness, and it's so ugly. So just try hard to have patience with everybody and to be nice to each other. Be real, be authentic, be you. Don't worry what anybody else does or thinks of you. Being the same as everyone else is boring, like I already said. Make sure you realize that you being you is better than you being someone else, because you make the best you ever, and that's all that matters. Love your family, but keep healthy boundaries. Make sure that you're keeping those boundaries as best as possible in a nice way is the other thing I have to say, because I've been in contact with people who, especially family members, who they keep healthy boundaries, and that's awesome, but they're not always the nicest about it. And I feel like whenever you're nice about those healthy boundaries, or at least you try to be, then those healthy boundaries are more accepted and more understood and more valued. So set those healthy boundaries, but be nice, because you don't want to be the person that you're setting those healthy boundaries with. You don't want to be that toxic person. So be positive and be nice and be helpful and understanding. But most of all, trust God. He may take you on a crazy roller coaster, but it's always worth it. And always love yourself, because God doesn't make mistakes. You are who God meant for you to be. And always remember that you have value and you have worth and you are amazing just being you. And yeah, so I hope that you guys are able to take some value out of this. Let me know if you have anything that you would have added to the list and any advice you would have given to your younger self, or even any ideas or something you would tell youth now as to how to best handle life and this journey through craziness, because that's what this is. It's a crazy, beautiful mess, and it's so worth it. It's so worth it. And so have grace, give yourself grace, give others grace, and hope you guys have a good week. Like, subscribe, and share if you guys found value in this. Hope you guys have a good one. I'll see you next week.